something. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I didn't watch the fight. No disrespect to Mayweather. I just grew up Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Mike Tyson. I ain't mad at your boy. He the best of the best. And I'm just not used to people who weigh 132 pounds fighting. It's just not. I just didn't grow up watching little fellas fight. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my man getting into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not used to that. I'm used to some big boys. Spinks, Holmes, Larry Holmes. I'm used to Marvelous Hagler. I'm looking for Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hitman Hearns. I ain't used to the... I ain't grow up that. I grew up, they was bah. So I ain't really watch my man, but I do read and study him. Showtime, I read all his stuff. Post-conference, I watch all of it because I want to know. And the thing I found that was most amazing was this right here. My man 50-0. And what he got on every other boxer is that, guess what? They have a trainer. He got a trainer and a daddy. Come on, you're not hearing what I'm saying. He got a trainer and a daddy. So his daddy knows stuff about him that nobody else knows, can push buttons that nobody else can push. Why? Because that's his son. And don't nobody stand a chance because all they got is a trainer. My man 50-0 because his daddy, and watch what he said. He said, I don't always agree with him. Listen to me, young people. You don't always have to agree with your parents or God, but God knows best, and your mama, who womb you came out, know more than some little 13-year-old you listening to. And so, my man, let's go. Keep going. I want to show y'all something real quick. This is what happened when you run with daddy. You stay 50-0. Can we move that? Can we move that over? I think we can move that over. If we can't, let me just show you. 300 million when you stick with your daddy. Yeah, we'll go with that. Watch that second. Look at this one. Watch what happens when you stick with daddy. The Bible says he got his stuff and left, and it was a wrap after that. It was a wrap. He got his money and he left his daddy. That was it. It was a wrap. He was in a pig pen. He was with people who didn't really care about him. They act like they did as long as he had that paper. But once that money was gone, they was gone. My man in the pig pen eating what the pigs eat when he was with us. And you want to know why I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? You a fool not to. You a fool to go to work in 10 minutes and not spend an hour, 2 hours with God. You a fool if you ain't staying connected. He in the flesh, in the carnal. He 50-0, sticking with his daddy. And he said it. I don't always agree with my daddy, and I don't always like what he does, but he's the best trainer in the world. You ain't always got to like what your mama say and your daddy say, but trust me, don't nobody love you and care for you like they do, and don't nobody love you like God. Let's go back. I want to show y'all what happened when you stick with daddy. In the flesh, I want to make it real practical. 300 million out of retirement. Somebody tried to check my man Mayweather. You said you was retiring. He said, I was. I did retire. I was telling the truth. When I saw 300 million, only a fool. Only a fool. 300 million against somebody who ain't never boxed a day in their life, only a fool wouldn't come back. He said, I'm going this time for real. Keep going. Let me show you. With his daddy. Let's go. With the daddy. Watch what happens with the daddy. Pacquiao, 250 million. We talking about over $540 million. You put all that together right there, that's almost $500 million with his daddy. So do me a favor, some of y'all in this room, you left daddy and you need to come back home. Listen to me, the reason why I'm telling you to come home is because you left daddy and you ain't no better off when you left. Ain't nothing happening in your life that should keep you from coming back to the home, other than somebody being real with you and telling you get your butt back home. So there's a group that you were churched, you were, and you left God because you wasn't feeling the trainer. You wasn't feeling the trainer. You weren't feeling the regimen he put you through. You weren't feeling the process. You weren't feeling how he did it. But let's be real, how he did it works. It works. The stuff I hear at 3 o'clock and what daddy tell me to do, sometimes it don't make sense. But it does not have to make sense. He's Alpha and Omega. Okay, so God's going to give you a breakthrough. You were church, you left God, and you're in your mind like, yo, E, for real, yo. It ain't. What you're saying ain't deep, but yeah, it's right. Just want you unchurched, you know, you left. Things didn't work out the way you thought they was going to work out when you left. Just raise your hand for me. Just raise your hand. Come on. Let's keep it 100. Just raise your hand. Yeah. Come on, keep it high. Give it to me. I don't play. God about to bless you. Raise your hand. I know about God, and I left. And it ain't been right since I left. Put your hands up. Come on. We're going to get a breakthrough tonight. Ain't nobody trying to be cute for nobody. Good. Now I want to take it to the next level. Stand. Right now. Stand right now. Stand right now. Stand right now. Look, this is what I want you to do right now. We're going to take 10 seconds. That's it. We're going to take 10 seconds. And we're going to say, God, I'm sorry. And I'm ready to come home. Close your eyes. That's between you and God. God, I'm sorry and I'm ready to come home. That's it. God, I'm sorry and I'm ready to come home. That's it. God, I'm sorry and I'm ready to come home. Let's just say that. That's it. All right, you can have a seat. Good. All right, we got to hurry up. I love it. So watch this. And after he spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country. I'm so glad Mayweather never left his father, even though he wanted to leave, even though he couldn't stand his father, and began to be in need. Anytime you leave God, at some point in your life, you're going to be in need. It might take a year, it might take 2 years, it may take 5. But at some point when you leave God, you're going to be in need again. Why? Because you left the source. Ain't no gas in Dallas right now. They're struggling in Dallas. Why? Because the source is in Houston. Oh, you missed what I just said. They say it's like the 1980s. They got 200 cars. They say the police is at the gas station now showing people, like, come on in, like that's a football game. Why? Because the source is in Houston. And the source... See, it seemed like the source was in Dallas until something happened in Houston, and then we found out what the real source is. The source is not your job. The source is not your man. The source is not your degree. The source. That's why I don't really do that Dr. Thomas stuff. I ain't trying to not be, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be big. I'm like, I just want to be careful because some people, Dr. Thomas, like, I ain't mad if that's what God told you to say, but I'm just not trying to take God's credit. Like, because God been blessing me all this time, and some people say doctor like he made it. No, I made it before. I made it when God said I made it. I made it alone. I made it with the GED. I had made it. I made it when I was homeless. I made it. Why? Because God said, you are a son. You my child. You ain't got to do nothing else. You ain't got to get a degree. You ain't got to do nothing. You my son because you my son. And I'm just going to bless you because the rain falls on the just as well as the unjust. You ain't got to do nothing for me to love you. You ain't got to do nothing for me to hook you up. You my daughter. You enough. You enough. That's why you done ran through 4 men, because you don't know you enough without a man. You enough. If you never get married, you enough. If you never pass that law degree, you enough. If you never become a doctor, you enough. If you never get married, you enough. If you never have a child, you are enough like you are. And that's why God created you. You are enough. And God say, come on home so I can take care of you. You got these no good Negroes taking care. Let me take care of you. You worrying about some job. They killing you. And you going to that job like you a slave. God said, let me take care of you. I gave you a gift. Your gift will make room for you. I gave you a gift. You ain't got to run up behind them. They going to run you in the grave. You ain't going to have no time with your family and your kids.